Hey everybody, welcome back. When in-laws become outlaws.
I've been to jail because of this woman.
Stupid Mexican.
That enraged me.
I just wanted to take this opportunity to get something off my chest. This is the last video of 2024, and I just wanted to thank you all for helping make 2024 my best year yet. And I also wanted to take this opportunity to thank my amazing team. I've got a big team behind every video you watch. There's about 7 people that work together in order to create every video you see on this channel. They have just absolutely crushed it this year. So thank you so much, guys, from the bottom of my heart. Let's get into the tea.
Let's do what I do best.
Mother-in-law says I'm not good enough for her son for making him a cup of noodle for dinner. Who doesn't like a cup of noodle?
So my mother-in-law left me 3 voicemails talking about how I'm the worst wife in the world because I made her son a cup of noodle for dinner after he worked a 12-hour shift. So I called Aaron and I said, why is your mom blowing me up and telling me I made you a cup of noodle for dinner? He's like, well, she asked me what I had for dinner last night and I told her that you made me some ramen and she got upset about that. So mind you, this is a ramen that I made him. It's literally his favorite cheat meal.
Oh, so you made it from scratch.
This is the voicemail she left me.
I just wanted to share with you a cup of soup is not a meal for somebody that busses their for 12 hours.
I would never.
You are such a stupid Mexican. I can't believe it.
But here's the thing, like, even if I did make him a cup of noodle for dinner, and that's all that I had the capacity to do so, like, she can't talk to me like that. That's crazy.
You made him a home-cooked meal, and his favorite meal, I might add. It's something that he wanted and asked for. I can't believe that. I love that you played us the voicemail.
Is not a meal for somebody that
How are you not embarrassed? You made a meal from scratch. What is the god problem? I'm a little blown away. Like, this is such a non-issue. Personally, even if you had made me like just like a little cup of like, you know, the actual, like the Shin noodles. Have you ever had those? Oh my God, that's my treat. Shin noodles. I'm like, ooh, it's all carbs. It's so spicy, clears my sinus. I love that. I adore it. Okay, there's a lot of people in the comments who are like kind of blaming the husband, saying like, well, what did he say to your mom? Was he like complaining about it? He needs to like shut her down. Your husband needs to shut this down with his mom. You should not respond, but save the voicemail and block her. I would agree that that does not dignify a response. That voicemail is so dumb. It's so, first of all, she's wrong. I think in her head, she's imagining that you made him a cup of noodles, like a instant noodles. And even if you had, it's none of her business. Do not dignify that with the response. Do not even acknowledge it. And then at the next like family meal that you guys have, give her a cup of noodles. Oh my God, the Mexican bee would have sent me, hell no way. Okay, what did she say though? Like, was that like did she say the Mexican?
you are such a stupid Mexican. I can't believe it.
Did she say you are a stupid Mexican? Is that what she said?
You are such a stupid Mexican. I can't believe it.
I mean, it's not even the getting mad about the dinner. It's kind of like the racist comment for me. Like, what do you mean? Your husband's got a whoops. Yeah, no, that's not acceptable. That is really unacceptable. It's one thing to get like testy about what you're feeding him. It's another thing to say something like that.
Visiting your in-laws and living with your in-laws are 100% 2 different things. Let me share my experience with you. Well, I was like probably 2 to 3 months pregnant, and my boyfriend's family, parents, they told us like, hey, like tell her if she wants to move in with us, like we'll take care of her, we'll get her cravings that she wants while you are at work. So I know what you're gonna say, like, why did you even move in the first place? My mom was working like every single day from morning to night, so if I needed anything or if I was throwing up or anything, my mom couldn't help me. So I was just like, okay, you know what, maybe it's not a bad idea. I want to say like the very first month, everything was perfect, you know, there was no problems, no anything, right? Until I guess I started opening up to my mother-in-law about, you know, like stuff that has happened to me. Because I really thought that we were getting to a really nice relationship. And she was telling me stuff and I was telling her stuff. She proceeded to made a very snarky comment about my mom. And obviously that enraged me. I didn't even want to finish the conversation. So I went upstairs to, you know, me and my boyfriend's room. And I immediately called him. I was like, hey, your mom said this. And if you don't tell her anything, I swear to God, I will be leaving this goddamn house and not
As you
back.
should.
I ended up staying in the room for like the rest of the day because I knew that if I would go out and see her, I was gonna eventually say something to her. But my boyfriend ended up coming home and he spoke to her in her room. And ever since that day, like, our relationship has never, ever been the same ever again. To this day, my boyfriend still defends me. You know, he has my back when it comes to his mom.
Good. Bare minimum, honestly.
There was also various times where she would talk bad. I don't want to, like, try to cuss, but she would talk bad about every single person that is in her life. Like, she would talk bad about my boyfriend.
I'm sorry, but if you're around somebody who talks badly about literally everyone, chances are they're also probably doing that to you when you're not in the room. Something I've learned. And there's also a difference between like kikiing and, you know, just like a little hot gossip.
Little hot gossip, little sharing, little hot gossip.
If you're saying just really mean-spirited things about people just for the sake of it, and you do it about everyone, everyone's gonna know that you also talk about them. Zip it! What's that, bunny rabbit?
What did your father tell you this morning?
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
Her own son and her other son, which is my boyfriend's older brother, she would talk so much bad about him. And then to me, it's just like, well, if you're talking bad about your literal family, what makes me think that you're not talking bad about me?
Period.
Towards, you know,
She
other
is.
people.
She 100% is.
Definitely one of those people who would talk to you to your face all good, but when it comes to like behind your back, she would talk the most bad about you.
And like you sharing personal information, she's totally using that against you. Like, I'm just saying, be very, very careful about what you choose to share. Especially with someone like, honestly, just in general, like just be very, very careful about how you word things and what you choose to share. I know maybe you had every reason to trust your mother-in-law, but like, if she was talking badly about other people before that, I'd be careful about what you share.
And I'm not even done. Like, I still need to get on my father-in-law. So when my boyfriend told me this, I actually teared up. So my boyfriend and his dad work in the same company, but when they go and do jobs, they're like in different job sites, okay? So obviously there's like women there. They have cleaning ladies, and they're all like above 30. And my boyfriend is like the youngest one there. But the thing is that our coworkers, if they see you talking to one of the cleaning ladies, they automatically assume like, oh, like you like her, you're doing this, you're doing that. And my boyfriend had to talk to one of the cleaning ladies for a job site. My father-in-law ended up seeing them talking for literal seconds. And my father-in-law proceeds to come up to him and tell him, if you want to hang out with her, just tell Maria that, you know, you are going to work late, you know, so you don't get caught. My boyfriend
Absolutely not!
What the like, I'm not gonna be doing that. Basically, what I'm trying to say is basically like his dad was encouraging him, like, hey,
To cheat.
It's okay, like she doesn't have to know. He doesn't know that I know because my boyfriend told me. We do try not to like go over to their house as much because I just do not feel comfortable at all being over there. But I am honestly grateful for my boyfriend because the second that I told him, like, hey, I do not feel comfortable here anymore. I want to leave. And he immediately, like, got us a place.
First of all, I'm sorry that happened to you. That's really terrible. No one deserves in-laws like that. You know, encourages cheating, talks badly about your mother, talks about you behind your back. Yeah, I think that my New Year's resolution for 2024 is to just, like, understand that there are certain environments and certain people that I don't want to be around. And I don't have to be around them. There are certain scenarios, you know, like weddings and birthday parties, et cetera, where it's like, oh God, okay, fine. But I think that I have come to the realization that you don't have to be around anybody that you don't want to be around. Protect your peace, my dear. I know they're your in-laws, but like, if you don't feel safe around those people, you can't be your best self. They've shown you that, like, you can't trust them. You're gonna be on edge that whole time that you're there. And sometimes we wanna go out and we wanna just be comfortable with the people that we're around. And there's nothing wrong with that. Those in-laws got outlawed for sure. For sure, dude. Oh, that's crazy, dude. I hung out with my, like, really Albertan friend the other day, and every time I hang out with her, she just, like, she really brings out my accent. Oh, me, that's yeah, for sure. It just comes out. I sound like a hick. I am Albertan, by the way. I am Albertan. Alberta.
I just read the most unhinged text message from somebody's estranged family member on their husband's side of the family. We have been excluded from her life as a baby, the most special time. We will never get that time back. We all wanted to raise her. It's been too long. Life is short. Baby deserves to know her family. We all want to love on her. Would hate for her to grow up to resent you for keeping her from people who want to love her. Family is family. Time has passed and we all need to move on and have peace. It will be your grandmother's birthday soon and I believe that is the best time. Please travel to us and come to the party. If not, please bring baby and we will all take turns watching her. It has been over a year since we've seen a picture of the baby. Many family members don't think the baby even exists. I would have hoped you would have taken initiative to send us a picture. She's not yours. She's everyone's baby and belongs to the family. This entire message was just unhinged and giving like certified delusional, but I want to highlight a couple things. We all wanted to raise her. Judging by this text message, thank God the parents are not letting you people raise this child. Second, please travel to us and we will all take turns watching her literally over my dead body. Would I ever let estranged family members who I've not seen in a year watch my non-verbal infant? And lastly, she's not yours. She's everyone's baby and belongs to the family. Not even therapy can help this person. A lobotomy is necessary.
It's kind of giving you a little bit of insight, though, into, like, in-laws that are like this. Like, even, you know, those viral videos that you see of, like, gender reveals. When the gender is revealed and then the husband and the mom, like, you know, the mom just, like, rushes toward the husband and treats it as if it's her gender reveal. It's interesting to understand the psychology. That's not your baby! She's everyone's baby. I mean, maybe biologically, like not everyone, but like your family, like you share DNA, but like just because you share DNA does not give you parenting rights. She's not yours. Excuse me.
She's not yours? That's my child. That's my grandbaby.
Family is family. I'm sorry. Doesn't work like that. What did you do to be estranged?
She's not yours. She's everyone's baby and belongs to the family.
I can see why she's estranged. That message is unhinged, dude. Whoa. Was this like a scam text? Like, come on, really? This can't be real. This can't. You know, I honestly kind of believe it. I believe that it's real. Please travel to us. Over my dead body. Having to travel to spend time with someone you hate. I would rather poke my eyes out with pins. I would rather stick a gum package up my butt. There are plenty of things I would rather do than to go out of my way to spend time with people I hate. You know, it's one thing if you can like dip into a party, like say your hellos, drop off a gift, avoid the person, and then leave. It's another to have to travel and be stuck there. No, please no, spare me.
Does anyone else's sister-in-law come from the depths of hell? This is a story time. possibly about the worst sister-in-law ever. Imagine your sister-in-law paid somebody to tell your partner, that's her brother, that you had slept with somebody else. She paid a guy to tell your brother that you had slept with somebody else.
I beg your finest pardon?
I don't know about you, but sister-in-law, no, she'd never be called that again. There would be no communication from there on out. Well, this is what happened. My client was with her partner for about 1.5 years. She knew, she had an inkling that his sister didn't like her very much. She never did anything wrong. His sister was just very fond of his ex.
I mean, I'm sorry. You can dislike your in-laws. You can dislike people that you have to hang out with. Like, you have family obligations or friend obligations or whatever. But like, to go out of your way to do something like this, like, you automatically look like the one in the wrong. I'm sorry. People have disagreements. People don't get along. It's fine. It is the way of the world. Not everybody is gonna like you, and that's okay, guys. It's okay. However, to go out of your way to do something like this, like, that's where, like, we gotta draw the line. Like, that's not just being petty. That's just being, like, kind of a psycho. You are a psycho.
Now, his ex actually cheated on him. And still, she was very fond of her. She couldn't let her go. So she just could not bond with my client.
Very bad judge of character.
Trying for a long time to try and create a bond, try and create a relationship, just anything where they sort of got on and it wasn't awkward. She just said there was literally nothing I can do. She didn't like me. Her partner came home and says to her, "You've been cheating on me. I've got the proof." She's gobsmacked. She's never cheated on him. She adores this man. She would never. I've got the proof. He tells her a guy's name, where they're from, where they've been dating, shows her text messages. My client gets her phone, shows her partner. You can go down, you can look at absolutely everything. Everything that you're saying to me right now is not true. It's all lies. He then goes, "I've spoken to the guy that you've been cheating on me with. He's confirmed it."
That is sadistic.
She then says, "Okay, can I speak to him?" They then meet up for a chat. This guy then confesses. He tells her and her partner that his sister, her sister-in-law, has paid him to come up with this lie.
That's cray-cray. The only thing that she achieved with this little stunt that she pulled is she lost a brother. Because what in the actual were you thinking? What were you thinking? You think nobody's gonna know? They're gonna know. They're gonna find out. Doing nasty stuff like this has a way of, like, coming back to bite you in the butt. Going out into the world, putting that negativity out there for no other reason other than you don't like somebody, or just, like, even if you had a reason, you know, like, it's best just to move in the shadows and rise in silence and just let karma take its course. The fact of the matter is, it's gonna come back to bite you in the butt. And now, I bet you anything that they don't want anything to do with this sister-in-law.
Fabricate something that would get her rid of the family.
Yeah, no, the irony is they probably got rid of her. That's like, you're cray-cray.
Little backstory. My now ex-husband and I have known each other our whole lives. Our families have known each other our whole lives. So before we started dating, I had already met his mom. Shortly after we started dating, he invited me over to his house. And on this particular day, his whole family was going to be there. All of his siblings and his nephew. So I was very nervous. I don't think I have a resting face, but people have told me that I have a resting face. And I'm also just really nervous, and I'm very quiet when I'm around new people or in a new environment.
Same.
While I was there, his family decided to discuss a very serious matter, and it was a matter that I felt I could not weigh in on, not only because I was 15, but also because I didn't really know the family, and I didn't really know this topic that was being discussed. So I'm sitting there, I'm listening to what's being said, but I am not weighing in. I'm not saying anything because I am just minding my own business. Okay, I'm minding my own business. And my now ex-mother-in-law is sitting in her chair and looks at me and goes, "You just think you're so much better than us, don't you?" And I sat there with a very shocked expression, and the family, everyone just went quiet. And I said, "I'm sorry, what?" "Well, you're sitting there with your nose turned up at us all, think you're so much better than us because you're just a spoiled little brat." Ooh. Again, the room is silent. Nobody says anything. My boyfriend is sitting next to me, doesn't say anything, doesn't defend me. And none of the family defends me. They're just sitting there watching this altercation. And I'm trying so hard not to cry. I start tearing up and getting choked up while she's sitting there glaring at me.
I mean, I'm sorry, but like, why would you air your dirty laundry and have like an intense family discussion around someone that you don't know very well, and then expect that person to feel comfortable weighing in on your family drama? That is bizarre. Like, why would you put someone in a situation and then get pissed off about their lack of response? Is that what she's mad about? Like, I literally don't understand. Why are you mad?
And staring me down. Now I couldn't drive because I was 15. So I had to text my mom and say, "Mommy, come pick me up, please."
So
for 20 minutes, it was just extremely awkward. And I'm just sitting there trying not to sob because this lady in her 50s is verbally attacking a 15-year-old girl that's just sitting in her living room minding her own business. So my mom finally gets there, I get in the car, and my mom goes, "What's wrong?" And I just start sobbing because I'm thinking, what the just happened? What the just happened? And that was like our first encounter. That wasn't even the worst thing. I've been to jail because of this woman. That's not even the worst thing she's ever done. But that was our first time, like, meeting or hanging out as boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever. I should have walked away then. I should have just walked away, but I didn't. I stayed for more. I just love it.
Wow, and you married that guy, eh? And that was your first meeting? Not the best first impression, I will say that. My goodness. If you don't want people to look down on you and your family problems, maybe don't like share them with people you don't even know. Not only is the mom a red flag, but also the boyfriend's a red flag too, because seriously? I mean, you also have to consider the fact that they were like kids at the time, and like maybe if they were a little bit older, I would have been like, okay, he should have said something in your defense. But the way that he handled that, I know he was 15, but that probably gave you insight to how he was going to treat you for the rest of the relationship. And I think I heard you correctly when you said that was your ex-husband?
My now ex-husband and I.
Honestly, no man is worth that. No way. No way. And maybe they want that, you know, the mother-in-laws that act like super, super crazy so that they can have their sons to themselves. Maybe that's their end goal. Seems like it. Weird, man. Those were some in-laws that became outlaws in 10 seconds or less.
And Happy New Year from all of us.